There we go. All right, let's try this again. I've been talking for the past few minutes and not realizing that we're having fun. This is my best buddy Jeep on his CBR 1000, and I'm on my Shadow. Maybe I can convince him to let me ride it later. We'll see. We are on this beautifully, beautifully wonderful day riding somewhere. Not sure where, but we're going somewhere. And when we get there, you will surely know. I'm sorry, I didn't need to say all that mess. So, a lot is happening. Sorry, guys, his bike's a little louder than mine. Let me close that for you. Lots to talk about. If you saw last week's video, or depending on when I upload this, the video I posted a few days ago, you'll notice I wasn't doing well in that video. I didn't feel great. Just in case you were worried, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel amazing. I feel amazing. That video was filmed from this day about a week ago. And in the last week, a lot of amazing things have happened. First and foremost, the major point of dysphoria with the last video was the amount of burnt stubble on my face from the laser hair removal treatment, my very first one. And a little update on that, my face looks fantastic. It's got work to go. It's not baby smooth, right? But there are portions of it which are, and that is exciting. Plus, it's very easy to shave now. My face is not hurting anymore. So, awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. So, what else? My therapy sessions. I'm not sure if I mentioned to y'all that I have a new gender therapist. He's amazing. Every time I leave his office, I'm floating on a cloud. And I realize that's not going to be every session. Part of what I'm paying him for is to challenge the notions of myself as well, to become the best possible me I can be. So I imagine a couple of these things are going to be not awesome. I'm going to be a mess afterwards. But this moment right now, I feel amazing. I think I told you about my friend Luisa's Night of Queer performance at ACC. That was last week. That was freaking fantastic. So many great artists, just so much power, bravery, just the people that are just so smart and creative, and they're the front runners of building this beautiful community in Austin, or at least trying to. And I want to do everything I can. I'm making signs for people. I'm offering my services. Everything I can do, because I want to see a blossoming community where everyone can just go in and be like, hey guys, I think I'm trans or genderqueer or gay or lesbian or bi or just some other kind of queerty out there. And we're like, awesome, welcome. There's the cookies, and here's a cocktail. I want that shit. That needs to happen. When I started this, I was such a mess. I didn't want to I wanted to meet new people, but I didn't want to talk to them. I wanted them to come up to me, and it's so, yeah, everybody's jaded at some point, especially in these types of communities where the world has basically denied your existence and still tries to, that, he's playing around. All right, we're playing wiggle war. Let's do it. He's showing up for the camera. He knows what's going on. But if I'm just going to boil down what I'm trying to get to, is there needs to be a community that's open to everybody all the time, always, zero exclusion. And then right now, that community needs to be a unity of LGBTQIA people, but ultimately needs to just be what we call the planet Earth. I will get way off topic here. So my gender therapist, we're doing great now. He gave me a lot of good ideas the other day. And afterwards, I immediately contacted my HR department at work, asked about their confidentiality agreement. They said, yes, completely confidential. And then I said, I am transgender. Let's do this thing. And they said, okay, let's set up a meeting next week. We are excited to do this for you. And I was flabbergasted, mainly because I've underestimated literally every single person during this entire process, during my transition up till now. Nobody has been bad or shitty about it. Nobody I care about has been bad or shitty about it. And then nobody that I need to care about has been bad or shitty about it. So these videos are just filled with updates, I feel, right now. I can't do as much of just riding in beautiful vistas as I would like to, because I have so much new information all the time, which is fantastic. Okay, he's really hot dogging it. He's tucking and rolling. Tucking and rolling. I can't keep up with him. I'm not gonna try. That would just be a bad idea on my part. But me and Lamont are gonna do our best to not lose him. How about that? Okay, here we go. And hill country, beautiful. This is the type of drive right here I wanted to show you, where I feel good. I'm with my buddy. Out in this hill country, what I'm wearing right now. Okay, female cut, everything. My jacket, female cut. Trans biker girl and equality stickers on the back of the motorcycle, and a flag on my bag, a transgender flag. So it's both making me super visible. People are like, oh my gosh, look at her, or probably more douchily, look at that dude. But so they're seeing me, I know that, but hopefully it doesn't make me a target. But when I'm riding with my buddy like Jeep, I feel much more protected, mainly because since I told him, he was immediately protective of me. He was immediately just, hey, if you ever need anything, like if you need to go buy new clothes, I'm there for you. I mean, when I told him, he understood. He didn't see it coming. That's not what I'm trying to say. But he understood my behavior for as long as we'd known each other. Okay, well, we're here with my buddy Jeep. Let's tell stories about Jeep. Oh my God, he's taken me somewhere amazing, hasn't he? Let's tell stories about Jeep. So we met in high school. I was probably 16 or 17. And, well, I didn't meet him first. I had a girlfriend at the time, Alicia. And Alicia, if I could describe her at the time, she was this, picture a young, stupid, hot Morticia from the Addams Family. That was Alicia. That was straight up Alicia. So she called me at one point. She had skipped school that day with her best friend Haley, and she had called me and said, oh no, it wasn't with her best friend Haley. It was with another ex-girlfriend of mine at the time, Ginny. Oh yeah, it was. And was it? I have no fucking idea what's going on. No. All right, hold on. For the intents and purposes, she was with Ginny. Yeah. Yes, she had to have been with Ginny, because that's the point of the story. So they called me and said, can you pick us up? We were with these two weird guys. Now we don't know where we are. And I'm like, why are you with two weird guys? And they were like, oh, we met them downtown. I'm like, well, that doesn't make it better. It's sort of worse now. So I figured out where they were. I went to go pick them up. And it was my friend Jeep here and a friend of his at the time, Drew. And we were just like, oh, hey. And at first glance, we were like, oh, you know what? They're pretty cool dudes. Whatever. I'm not mad at the girls for, potentially getting themselves murdered and shit. But I should have been. So we left, and that's good. And then my friend Jenny was like, oh shit, I left my purse in those dudes' cars. So we had exchanged numbers. We called them, and they wouldn't answer. We couldn't get a hold of them. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit to when we realized that not only couldn't we get hold of them, but they had straight up stolen Ginny's purse, which didn't have anything valuable in it at the time, maybe like glasses and keys to her car and house, and license, just the shit that's really hard to replace but not worth any money. So what this, not Jeep here, but what this guy Drew had done was just taken nothing from the purse and thrown it in the gutter instead of returning it, like a person who was like, well, I would have stolen from you if you had something, but you didn't, so I pretended like I was a good person. No, he just threw it in the dumpster. So Jeep John here was very quick to just basically say, no, I had nothing to do with that. If you need to help me get, or help you get retribution on this guy Drew, I'm totally all about that. So that's what we did. I had Jeep get hold of me when he knew where and when Drew would be somewhere. And at the time, I got the crew and the girls, and we went to go find him, and yada, yada, yada. Never saw Drew again. Nobody did. I'm not saying we murdered him. I'm just saying he was scared off at that point. So after that, me and John were best friends. Okay, well, what I can tell you is the retribution we got was not just out of his ass, but the grass that he had in his pocket. I stole his weed, is what your girl's trying to say. And it was not good, so, no, it wasn't really a reward or anything. But this was, fucking 10, 11, 12 years ago, something like that. But anyway, we've been great friends since. Now, our relationship was good and rocky. It was friends that would drink and do drugs together, and that type of noise. But ultimately, what we became were two people that realized our lives were not at all what we wanted them to be, and we took drastic actions to change them. In his case, he was I guess you could call, he would say probably he was a drug addict and an alcoholic. The drugs were more like the marijuana and pills and stuff like that. But it was the alcohol, which he would probably admit was his major issue. And when he discovered that and got himself help, he just surprised everyone and became this amazing saint of a person. Started, helping people, working for a rehab clinic, putting in his time with the community that he was at one point a part of. And I'm really proud of him for that. So for a while we grew apart because I was this angry man, and he was this man who had discovered his passion and the reason for, life. And just that simple fact, my negativity mixed with his new positive energy found we couldn't hang out for a long time. Until I started realizing this, we would do it. We would see each other just a couple times a year, and that wasn't okay with me. So, now he's busy, but we see each other more than we have in years, and that is because I came to grips with who I am. And then he made the connection that the biggest fear in his life was that he would fall back into that category of an addict or an alcoholic, and that he would ruin everything he's worked towards. And my biggest fear is that I'll fall back into that category of man, and then I'll ruin everything I've worked towards. And, you hear crackling in my voice. I'm not crying because I'm upset or woe is me. I'm crying because I'm so happy that we both, me and my best friend here, G, found what we wanted to do, and we did it, and we're doing it. He's just completed a semester of nursing school, 4.0, top of his class. Everybody in his life couldn't be prouder of him. It's to see what we all were then and what we were becoming and have become now is just, it's very appropriate to our friendship. It's very appropriate. I knew I met this guy for something. I'm so glad he, as it would seem, kidnapped my girlfriend or two of my ex-girlfriends a long time ago, and then would ostensibly seem to have stolen their purse And now he's my best friend. And when I told him, his face lit up, because it wasn't that, yeah, well, why didn't you tell me sooner? I always knew. It's because he didn't know anything. It was, that's why you've been such a dick for years. And it's like, literally, yes, that is exactly why. Self-hatred and just, not living my authentic self. And now that we're doing that, we are best friends again. He doesn't have a lot of time for this type of stuff, but the time we do have is just amazing. And I had to tell you a quick little story and put it on video, because we are having a lot of fun out here. I'm noticing that I'm taking these curvy roads without really paying attention to them. One of the biggest problems of a while back is I've loved motorcycles for years, okay? But there was that block in your head when you're not happy, and that block prevented me from riding. It was this depressive state where I couldn't get out of my house. I didn't want to be seen at all by anybody. And honestly, getting on a motorcycle is kind of like taking off your skin and jumping in a vat of hot sauce. Not really, that's sort of a bad metaphor for that, because it's nothing like that. But it's not the safety of a car, so you're already vulnerable, and you're going to become more vulnerable on the road. I couldn't do it. And so I didn't ride for a long time, and my skills got crusty, and my bike got crusty, and I've been working on Lamont, and he's running like a top, and I've been working on myself, and I'm running like a top. And now Lamont is that much faster because I have lost 85 pounds now. And oh, things are going well, and I want things to continue going well. I'm gonna have bad days. We all have bad days, but we gotta remember that those bad days are just gonna become even that much better when we look back and say, oh, look at my journey, look where it's taken me. Because that's exactly what's happening now. I feel like I'm being pulled along on this journey. All of this is meant to happen. I don't feel like I'm as actively doing this as it's actively just happening. It's just doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know if what I just said makes sense or not, but get a little stank on it. My bike's not slow, okay? My bike's a lot faster than I ride it. And let me explain that to you. I used to ride it faster when I was heavier and when it wasn't as fast. And I don't know, that could have been, not trying to scare anyone here, but that could have been attempted suicide. You don't know. It's like repressive state depression, like you're hiding things about yourself. What scares me the most about riding motorcycles now is leaving behind a masculine corpse. And I know that sounds macabre, but if I was to go right now, they would still say he led a short life, or something like that. So I can't deal with that. So I ride safe, and I suggest you all do the same, because nobody's story is over yet. Nobody's story is over yet, and I don't know what to say. Like, we had a recent suicide attempt in our family, and nobody's story is over. You can't just put a period on your own book. That's not how it works. It's so selfish, and I would never do that, and I will never do that, and I won't do anything that will allow that to my death to be expedited. So we are safe. We are staying safe. I'm developing this network of amazing people right now. In the past 6 months, I have met better people than I have met in my entire life. Both in person, online. I'm going to give a shout out to my girl Brianna is great, because Brianna is great, okay? She has left a real sweet comment to every video that just brightens my day. Girl, yeah, I'm putting you on blast, because not only are you beautiful, but you make me smile, and that is flipping awesome. So you keep that shit up, girl. I need a video from you soon, too, okay? No pressure, no pressure. As far as our update, I don't want to, I have so much information. I don't want to bore you with update information. I would rather look at what we've got here, splice in good portions of this video and that type of thing. we're this channel's going places, guys. Whether it takes me a week or 10 years, I'm going to help people with my story. I'm going to do it amazingly. And, well, that's what I can say. That's a promise. I mean, it's just a matter of who needs to hear my story, and that's it. So we're going to take a pit stop apparently real quick, and I'll get back to you guys here in a second.